I'm very proud to be able to offer two new experiences. The first being a one-day cultural immersion that travels 2 hours north of Sydney to a beautiful town called Ngurrumpa, where we meet our guide who then takes us to various sacred sites in the area. The second being a 5 to 7 day immersion that travels to outback New South Wales, where we camp on the property of an Aboriginal elder. The 5-day immersion you will travel by air, and the 7-day immersion you'll travel by land. The experiences aim to give you an impression of life living as an Australian First Nations person did 26,000 years ago. So take a look at the following video. It'll give you an interpretation of what to expect on both the 1-day immersion and the 5-day immersion. Enjoy.
It feels like the food, the missing chain in my food culture. I feel like I'm gonna eat it every second day in the morning.
Consistency?
Chucked thousands of spears all over his back. Guess what he is now? Sitting up. Big fat one sitting out there in the truck. And these buffalo, black and white butterflies, belong to this tree. They were magic people back in the day. So they by and they seen that old man, and they seen how he was breaking the law. They said he has to be punished. So they came back to their tree and they made spears from this. And they went back to that old man. They said, "Old man, you've been breaking the law. You've eaten all the thickerbilla from this country. You haven't fulfilled your obligation to your grandson. Because there's no more thickerbilla left, we're going to turn you into one." They turned him into a thickerbilla. And then they threw all their spears at him and covered his whole back with spears. What am I talking about?
Yeah, you kidnapped me, didn't you?
Right? And then they said to them to his grandsons, "Now you two boys, you must be hungry." I said, "Yeah." They said, "Well, come back to our Ngurrumpa, come back to our camp. And you can have as many as you want. But from now on, no adult can touch the fruit of the warrior bush again because of that old man's word." And who looks after this tree? The butterflies. Yeah, but it tells me my relationship with this bush. Right? It tells me my responsibility as a grandfather to my grandsons, my granddaughters. Right? It tells me what I can eat and what I can't eat. Right? It tells me the story of how it came to be. From that one little story, all this knowledge comes from. And a relationship is built. You can't just say, "I know about country." You've got to know the stories of country and know the relationship with country and how things come to be. I love that woman when you know nothing about it. How can you say, "I love that man" when you know nothing about it? Right? If you haven't built that relationship, then you can't really say, "I love something." So we have to learn about our country. Right? And this is a wilga. See how it's starting to flower? It'll come out in little beautiful little white flowers soon. And then it'll get a blackberry on there as well. This one, if you've got the gastric, you get about 3 or 4 leaves, put them in your mouth and chew it up.
We're in the process of making our bed. We're going to make it deep enough so that we can create a fire. And we're going to leave it there for the afternoon. So by the time we come back tonight, it'll be all coals and nice and warm, and then we're going to cover it over with dirt like an electric blanket. I'll just call over my trusty labourer. There you go, mate.
You're all hot. The heat's got to come through the soil after it's backfilled at sunset.
Progress report?
Yes, that's what you got to do. Use all that wood by the time you finish.
Yeah.
I see this wall. Now, it won't come into play now because the river's too low. So when the river gets a bit higher, the water will start running over here. The fish will come up through here, through this channel here. They'll go into that trap where they'll get caught, and then we'll close off the door back here. There's a little door there, and we just walk in and pick the fish up. Right, so all these traps over there, see that trap over there? Now, if we drove fish up into that now, we'll catch heaps of fish in there. Got one there, just the first one here, then there's one over there. Fully functional still today, we still use them today. You'll still see kids working them. You'll see pelicans working them.
Well, good morning. I've got my coffee in hand. There's our camp behind us there. Swag over there to my right. Sun coming up, and well, here we are. The full day of the immersion. You hear all the birds. We're just about to hop in there for breakfast. Last night we learned all sorts of stories. Today we're going to do a bit of walking around the property, but we're also going to be getting in the car and driving over to Byrock to learn more about culture.
Big weed, yeah. Really nice salad. Good to throw in salad. Good to just heat load.
Did you try some?
No, I tried some.
Nice.
It was a little bit explosive when you bit it.
So that's a bush tomato there, let's see. Native hops. There's lots of different sorts of native hops. You can actually make beer from it. Nice, isn't it? Nice perfume. Yeah. That's a condom tree, isn't it? You know? But before they go like that, they're full of, they've got skin, thick red skin. It tastes like a tangy plum or a tangy peach.
Okay. Uncle.
You get the shovel, cover it all over, take it down, tight, and then it'll be ready in about an hour's time.
What an amazing time we've just had. It is history, food and art and culture. That's exactly what we got from this experience. It's wonderful. Can't wait to share it with you.
I think this is where everyone in the city should end up for some period of their life.
I agree. Understand and appreciate what we have in Australia and to understand and appreciate Indigenous culture. And you can't do that by reading about it. You've got to learn it yourself and you've got to live it.
Well, I hope you liked that. I just wanted to add that the one-day immersion is up and running and ready for you to book online via our website right now. It travels every Saturday as a public tour and any day of the week as a private charter, which is ideal. So if you have a group ready to go, just send us an email to this address and with your preferred date, and we'll organize everything. If you're keen to travel on the 5 or 7 day immersion to the outback, well then jump on the waiting list by sending us an email to the same address, and we'll contact you when the dates become available. The outback immersions are seasonal and travel at certain times of the year. So if you're looking for enlightenment and a beautiful way to connect with the world's most ancient culture and our Australian First Nations people, then you are going to love this experience.